Huge day in the famed Menendez brothers case. Lyle and Eric Menendez shot and killed their parents in Beverly Hills. That was back in 1989. The brothers have long said they were sexually abused by their father.
After a months-long political back and forth, the brothers will now have their resentencing hearing tomorrow and Friday, where a judge could rule that they're set free immediately or eligible for parole. Our true crime correspondent Briana Whitney got an exclusive one-on-one interview today with the brothers' high-profile attorney. So what did they have to say?
I mean, this is a long time coming. This has really been ping-ponging back and forth. Is this going to happen? Is this not, for the last 4 months or so? So even having this resentencing hearing is something Mark Geragos calls a win. The judge siding with them that this should move forward after the current district attorney tried to stop it. The crux of the issue comes down to, were the brothers abused by their parents? And if so, is 35 years behind bars enough for what they said they did to save their own lives? Come Friday, there's a chance Eric and Lyle could be free men. With the judge moving forward with the resentencing hearing, does that signal to you that he does intend to resentence Lyle and Eric?
Well, yes, it does signal that, and that's why last week was so important. The judge could say 35 years is enough. I'm going to not only recall the sentence, I'm going to reduce it to a manslaughter, and I'm going to time served, they're out. So if he doesn't, if he sentences them to 50 to life, then it goes to the parole board and to the governor.
Do you expect him to lower this to manslaughter?
I think it's what is right. I think it's what the law calls for.
This DA has been very pointed, very direct, calling Eric and Lyle liars, that they have not taken responsibility for their crimes. Do you believe they've taken responsibility for their crimes?
This DA, and I don't use the L word, liar, but this DA is not really serving victims, and he knows it. There isn't a single living victim in this case that doesn't want them out.
Have you ever seen a case like this get so caught in a political web of a back and forth between a district attorney's office?
No, I've never seen a case that has been made into such a political football, and I've been around a lot of criminal prosecutions that were politically inspired, but this one is really writ large.
There are, sadly, a lot of people who are abused in their lifetime but don't kill their parents. How does that justify the brothers' crimes?
What I would say is there are a lot of people who are abused, who are sexually raped, because that's what happened with these boys when they were boys. And that's right, they don't kill their parents. And guess what? They've done 35 years. So it's not like they weren't punished. They were, and they're different guys today than they were 35 years ago.
What are they saying ahead of tomorrow?
Or they're cautiously optimistic. A lot of people have said last Friday was the first real good day they've had, a legal day they've had in 35 years.
Now, if they are resentenced and the judge lowers the charge to manslaughter, they could get out immediately. If the judge resentences them to 50 years to life, which was recommended by the original district attorney who presented this, they would be eligible for parole, and a parole board will decide. Guys.
Okay, let's go on the flip side here. If they're not resentenced, then what does their potential of freedom look like?
So there's two other pathways that could happen. They also have a habeas case going through the court system right now. What does that mean? Well, they found new evidence a couple years ago that a member of the boy band Menedez had evidence that he was sexually assaulted and raped by Jose Menendez as well. There was a letter that documented this. That is now going through the system as well as a habeas case. So that's one road to possible freedom. Another road is Governor Newsom in California could grant them clemency, and he has already set into motion the parole board to conduct a risk assessment of the Menendez brothers. That's already going on. The Menendez brothers already have a parole board hearing in June, mid-June, so we'll see how this all plays out. But the next 2 days are going to be extremely telling for what could happen in this case.
I mean, imagine them free men now.
I mean,
that would be so bombshell in this case.
Huge.
It's a historic case.
And think about all the time that they have spent in prison, what has changed within life and society since. I mean, everything. So this is huge.
It is huge. Thank you. Thank you, Briana.
And you can get